Hey guys. Guys, it has been a crazy 24 hours, so I'm really sorry that I'm not going to be very hyper in this video. Believe me, I've had all the coffee in the world, and it just ain't cutting it. I should be back to normal tomorrow, but for today, we do need to talk about the head and shoulders pattern here on Bitcoin. I talked about it in yesterday's video. Let me show you what I'm talking about. As you can see, Bitcoin was testing resistance right up here around $10,170, and we rallied up to it and tested it yesterday. All the technicals seem to be pointing towards Bitcoin breaking to the upside. Unfortunately, that is not what happened. I mentioned in yesterday's video the possibility of Bitcoin rejecting from that level and moving to the downside to around $9,600 and putting in a right shoulder for that head and shoulders pattern. And that seems to be what has happened. As you can see, Bitcoin has now put in a left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder, so that means that we're probably going to be heading to the downside and that we're probably looking at a new trend reversal. So in today's video, we're going to be analyzing that head and shoulders pattern, and we're going to be talking about where I think it's going to lead us. The price target of around $9,100 comes to mind. Guys, before we dive on into today's video, I do want to remind you about the sale running on CT2A. As you know, that sale will be ending tomorrow. If you want to get the course for $40 off right now for this price, this will be the last time you'll ever get it for this price. The link is in the description down below. More on that at the end of the video. And guys, I'm sorry I'm not my normal self right now. I should be back to normal tomorrow. If you're new here, I'm normally far more energetic than this, but you have no idea. Seriously. It's been a wild ride. Anyway, without much further ado, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. Anyway, guys, shake all that real life nonsense out of here and let's try and get some energy here. I think we can do this. Let's have some fun in this video. Let's get away from it all for a second. Fix my hair too. How about that? Okay, guys, let's do this. Bitcoin, head and shoulders pattern. Where are we going? Let's find out. Cool. Guys, as you will know, Bitcoin was in an uptrend for the last several months. We started down here around $6,500 back in December. We rallied all the way to $10,005. That was a very bullish signal, and the fact that Bitcoin rallied that far, that quickly, and in that way was quite a good thing. However, just like math class in 11th grade with that one really, really good-looking teacher, all good things must eventually come to an end. And the same thing happened here on Bitcoin because we rallied to $10,500. We kind of double-topped up here if you look at it, actually, and pulled back. We looked like we were having a healthy correction with an inverse H and S right here. Unfortunately, we rallied to $10,170 or so, and we rejected from there. And what a rejection it was, guys. I'm not really sure what happened here. We must have had really thin order books. It was 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I mean, that's not normally a time that there would be thin order books, but nevertheless, Bitcoin did have a gigantic red candle, and we fell pretty quickly, 8% in the span of 1 hour on the wicks. From there, we garnered support around $9,600, which is exactly the level we talked about Bitcoin getting support at yesterday if Bitcoin were to reject right here. I told you guys be careful of entering long positions because if Bitcoin doesn't break bullish here, we're probably rejecting and pulling back to 9,600. That's exactly what happened. If you'll remember two videos ago, yesterday I changed my tune on this, so I guess I was wrong on this, but the video before that, I was talking about how I thought Bitcoin was going to go down to $9,100 or so. I think the term I used was in between 91 and 95. I think that was the price range that I said I think Bitcoin was going to. And funnily enough, when Taylor was over here yesterday before the pullback, she actually predicted Bitcoin going down. She didn't think the pullback was over. She thought the market was going to go down to $9,000, $9,200. She's not even a cryptocurrency trader. She just edits the videos. So good on you, Taylor. Maybe you should start investing and trading like I've been trying to get you to do. Anyway, enough shade being thrown, guys. Bitcoin pulling back to $9,600 is a very interesting level because what that means is that we're sitting right on top of our shoulder line for this head and shoulders pattern. As you can see, we pulled back roughly there, pulled back there again, and now we're pulling back here again. Guys, head and shoulders patterns, they're almost always going to break bearish. It's pretty likely that we're going to fall below the zone of support around $9,600. Reason I say that, as you can see, we've been generally trending to the downside. As you guys know, in yesterday's video, Bitcoin's MACD looked like it was converging bullish on itself. No, JK, it's actually reversing and not converging bullish on itself. And remember that bullish engulfing candlestick I talked about in yesterday's video? Well, have a bearish engulfing to go ahead and cancel that out, why don't you? So yeah, guys, I was wrong. I thought Bitcoin was going to rally here. I was more bullish than bearish, although I will say this, 2 days ago, I expected Bitcoin to pull back to $9,100, and we kind of moonshot with Bart Simpson, if you'll look at the chart. And I think pretty much everybody expected Bitcoin to rally, except for Taylor, because I think she's where my crystal ball went. Thanks. Nevertheless, most of the technicals didn't really predict this move, and guys, I'm not saying that to cover my butt, because frankly, I was wrong, and when you're wrong, you admit you're wrong, but the reason I'm saying it is because a lot of times the technical analysis is not going to be reflected in the price action. Sometimes the technicals are going to predict one thing and Bitcoin's going to do something else. That might be because of news, that might be because of whales on thin order books, that might be because of manipulation. It's not as common as people make it out to be, but it does happen. Sometimes the market isn't going to move in exact correlation with what the technicals say, because if you look at yesterday's video, there was a very strong case to be made for a bullish breakout above $10,500. That's not what happened though. So understand there are some limitations of technical analysis, and that's actually something I want to cover in a few videos during the CT2A update at the end of the course. Anyway, RSI, like I said, is sitting in pretty healthy territory. I love seeing it around 50. That means whenever we do bounce, we're sitting pretty. And as you guys will also know, there's some pretty strong support below us on the weekly chart. Bitcoin can pull back down to around $8,800 and still be perfectly healthy because it'd be bouncing off the 20 weekly EMA. We've seen Bitcoin do that many times in history, and whenever it does, it typically results in a pretty major rally. Each one of these little jumps here was probably between 50 and 200% in size, not something to write off. So yeah, guys, Bitcoin at this moment could pull back all the way down to $8,800. That is the bottom of my price range that Bitcoin could go to here. The top of the range that I could see Bitcoin going to is, well, where it is right now. We could have already seen the bottom, 92.96 right down here where Bitcoin pulled back to later last night. That could have been the bottom. But I want to show you the way the candlesticks are looking right here. As you can see, they're generally trending to the downside. We're seeing lower highs, and disregarding these two candlesticks right here, we're more or less seeing lower lows, which means we're in a short-term downtrend, which means this is more than likely a bear flag, even though at the time of recording this, it looks like Bitcoin's moving up. If Bitcoin starts breaking up here to like $9,750, $9,800, then we might be having a confident bounce. But at that point, until Bitcoin goes back up above this wick right here at around $10,300, we're still in a confirmed downtrend, and we still have that head and shoulders pattern in play. So let me repeat myself on that because it's very important. Until Bitcoin bounces all the way above $10,300 right here, we are still in a confirmed downtrend because we're making lower lows and lower highs, as you can see right here and right here. And the head and shoulders pattern is still in play. So we want to see Bitcoin get above 10.3. If it doesn't, the bottom could be anywhere in between $8,800 and $9,290. The most likely, in my opinion, would be this level right here of around $10,111. Whatever the exact number was in the title, it's somewhere around this. And just so you guys know, as always, this level doesn't just come from nowhere. Let me show you what it represents. We see that there was a level of resistance right here. There was support right there, a double bottom right there. Bitcoin got support on it here. It also got resistance on it right there, and we got resistance on it right there. $9,111 is right exactly where Bitcoin would expect support. If it doesn't get support on the 20 weekly exponential moving average, which is also possible, that would be down here around 88.60 or so. So at the end of the day, what that really gives us is kind of a zone of support that's going to change based on that 20 WEMA, but it's sitting right around here somewhere. I think Bitcoin will more likely either bounce where it is right now or come down somewhere in here and bounce from there. I think Bitcoin's looking pretty healthy right now. I want to make sure that Bitcoin doesn't actually remain in this downtrend, but as of the moment, we've confirmed a new downtrend, we've confirmed a new market direction, and it's paramount that Bitcoin bounces and gets above 10.3. That's going to be kind of hard because it's so far to go. We moved so quickly to the downside that it's a little ways off, but I still think it's definitely possible. We'll see what happens. This may end up becoming one of the first big corrections of our bull market, and I am perfectly happy to see that. So long as Bitcoin gets a bottom, the inflows of cash stays the same, and Bitcoin is able to bounce and continue to the upside. So guys, sorry I wasn't as energetic in today's video. I should be back to normal tomorrow. It has been a wild 24 hours, guys. Oh my goodness. Life happens though. I'll be all right. Hopefully you guys are too. One thing I just here at the end of the video, yeah, I want to mention CT2A. I mean, CT2A is still on sale. It's on sale for another 48 hours. Now's not the time. If you want to get in, get in. That's all I'm saying on that right now. What's more important to me at the moment is making sure you guys are looking at the long term, because that's so important. You don't have any idea, if you don't have any idea, how important it is to make sure you're looking at the long term and the distant future, because if you're in cryptocurrency, it's very easy to look at what's happening today, tomorrow, next week, and it's hard to think about where am I going to be in 5 years? Where am I going to be in 10 years? How do I prepare myself physically, emotionally, financially, spiritually for that 10 years? Keep your head screwed on straight, guys, because you need to be looking at the future. You need to be looking at the long-term distant future. You might not realize the amount of impact that that's going to have on your financial success and your emotional success. So please just keep your eyes on the future and on the long-term future. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go. I have another long, hard day and got a lot to get done. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Like I said, if you're interested, check out CT2A. It's got one more day on the sale. That's going to be expiring tomorrow. It's the last time you'll ever get the course for that price. Yeah, anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like and subscribe button. Really helps out the channel when you do that. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, as always, feel free to reach out to me. I might be a little bit late in responding to things for the next few days, but I will see them and I will try and get back to you as quickly as I possibly can. But that is going to have to do it for today's video. Before I go, though, I do first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.